like it's time to make some pasta. Okay, so still going through it. This little guy tucked away. These guys. I want some of this. Pasta, typically, yep, always have those on hand. And of course, for the actual pasta making, I think we might need to use some of this flour as well. And we're going to need eggs. Oh, always have parsley. We'll come back for that. Okay, great. So, pasta. Homemade pasta. And I now have a trick for making pasta dough using the, you know, that little thing called a Cuisinart. That thing. Yeah, okay, we're gonna use that. Okay, so I wish I had a bigger Cuisinart, but I don't. So one day, just enough of this. About 2 1/4 cups, probably. Because pasta is a feeling, so I believe. Pasta's a feeling, pasta's a food, pasta's a mood. And I'm going to add, actually, look at that, perfect. 3 eggs, 3, and salt. We'll do about 1 teaspoon, so like 3 pinches. About 1 to 2 tablespoons, but you can always add more. Again, this is a feeling. Okay. This yellowy color is really what we were going for. I'm gonna add a little more olive oil. And then I finish mixing it with my hands. Again, it's a feeling. Bruce. See, Bruce knows the feeling. He's crying, begging for it. Okay, this feels perfect. Okay, this is great. We're basically going to just combine it. Oh my God. I nailed it. It's perfect. Okay. So, I'm gonna get it. You don't even honestly need the bowl. Perfect, it's perfect, it's perfect, it's perfect, it's perfect. She's perfect. Look at her. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna wrap her up in saran wrap and just chill the dough. I'm freaking out because the last few times I've tried to make pasta, I was really going through it. And like that. It wasn't happening. It wasn't successful. I literally had to just use, you know, box pasta that I had in case of an emergency, which, you know, funny, sometimes when you have the in case of emergency, maybe there's like a level of self-sabotaging that you do, because I don't have any backup pasta right now, and I just fucking killed it. Look at this. It's beautiful. Okay, so wrap it up. I'm gonna let it chill while we start making our sauce. Nice little disc. I'm so happy. Oh my God. It's perfect. Okay, put her in the fridge. So in the meantime, while our dough is chilling, we're gonna make our sauce. I don't think I ever really make pasta the same, except for the shallot pasta from New York Times, and if you know, you know. Okay. I always wet a paper towel to put under the cutting board so that it doesn't slip and slide. 1 whole onion, hella garlic. Hella. Put a little bowl so I can put all of my scraps in here. So I like to get my onion really, really thin so it just cooks better, I think. So I use a mandolin. If you don't feel comfortable using a mandolin, then don't use a mandolin. And this is the biggest practice in meditation because you have to be fully present. Don't try and look at something else. Don't try and do something else. Don't try and think about anything else. Think about this. Okay, just chop it. Okay. Okay, so while you're trying not to cry from your onions, start to heat up your pot. I recommend using a pot. Yeah, I usually use my Dutch oven, but I don't have a Dutch oven right now, so we're gonna use a pot. It'll be the same pot that I'm boiling water on, that's why I'm confused, but it's okay. Once it's almost done cooking, I'll transfer it. You know, there's always a way through. Okay, here we go. I like to use butter when I'm cooking all the vegetables for the sauce. This vegan butter, this isn't gonna be vegan, but we're just gonna use it because I actually like it a lot. Use a lot, use a nice amount, okay? And then while that starts to melt, we'll chop up our garlic. I just use as much as I want, which is a lot. So once you hear your oil or butter, whatever you're using, use butter, start to sizzle, then we'll add our onion. I like to add the onion first to let it, you know, it has a lot of moisture in it, to kind of let the moisture cook out, and then I add my garlic. Some people add garlic first. Smell of onion and butter and garlic is like, oh. So that's what we're going for. In addition, if you have anchovies, just add anchovies to your sauce. I mean, add anchovies to like anything savory and it's good. And the thing is, if you're someone who doesn't like fish, or you're cooking for someone who doesn't like fish, I swear, they won't taste this. It just adds a saltiness, like a depth and an umami that salt doesn't. So add the anchovies. Our onion and anchovies are smelling fantastic. It's already sweat enough. I think those onions have sweat enough, so I'll add our garlic. We'll chop up our artichoke hearts. Yes. I'm gonna just pour a little bit of this because why not? You know, has a bunch of herbs, more oil. Yeah. I'm not at all upset about that. So I'm just gonna chop the artichokes nice and fine. I think I just discovered I liked artichokes this year, so that's been cool. I feel very fancy, and these marinated ones are just so versatile. I've never put them in a sauce before, so see how this goes. Okay. Yeah, it has like a zest, a lemon situation. I think it'll be great. Better be. Now that the onions are like translucent, the anchovies are cooking down, you can't even see them. They'll like disintegrate. So you can just trick people. Well, don't trick them if they're vegan, but you know what I'm saying? If they're picky, just like, come on, eat it. The artichoke. Good. Critic's choice, you hear that? We'll let that cook for just a couple minutes, and you can open your tomatoes, use your tomatoes. If you're at the point of the year where tomatoes are like perfectly in season, don't cook them, just eat them. Eat them. You have like 364 days out of the rest of the year to eat canned tomatoes, just saying. These are already crushed, so I don't have to do any of the hand crushing, even though I do love to do that. So that if you have whole tomatoes, get real Italian with it and just smash them with your hands. I have some old red wine as well, which I usually have some hanging out in the fridge. Literally less than half a bottle, so we're just gonna, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, like, oh my gosh, I have like a napkin as a shirt on, literally, and it's like a deep pot. How? Oh my god. Let this really simmer at a very low temperature for probably about 20 minutes so that the red wine can reduce down, and we'll taste it throughout to make sure it doesn't need anything else. Cool. So I forgot, I wanted to add this Agent Nature Holy Mane. This is their collagen. This isn't even a plug. I just finally found a collagen that I like that doesn't have a weird taste, a weird flavoring, or anything. So I added 2 scoops of this, and you kind of need to whisk it in so that it mixes evenly. And whisk mindfully once again, because she just put on an apron. Get it. So while your pasta sauce is just doing its thing, getting really delicious, making your house smell delicious, we can finally make our pasta. I'm obsessed with my standing mixer. Just get one. It's the best. And it makes pasta as a pasta attachment. Look at this beautiful pasta. It needs to chill longer. Where is the one over there? Where is it? It's in the place it normally is. Oh, I need to burn my tongue. I can't taste anything. It's been cooking for maybe like 25 minutes. Let's give it a taste. It's great. It's really good. Really, really good. I'm just gonna add like a splash. In the same pot that I was cooking the pasta sauce in, and I didn't even clean it. Why not use some of that residue from the sauce to infuse in the pasta when it's cooking? I know. It's brilliant. Put the sauce in a smaller pot to just let that cook on low heat. I will salt some water. I think tonight I want to do like a nice thin spaghetti. Can I try this? All right, now. It just takes a little finesse. Okay, the apron's coming on because I took the lid off the sauce and it's a show over here. Pasta's ready. It's almost ready. Okay, here we go. Make sure you have one of these guys, especially for the homemade pasta, so it doesn't all stick together. And then once it floats, it's done, so it really takes like a minute. I mean, literally like not even a minute, maybe a minute. All right, this is done. Pasta's drained. Just gonna put the olive oil. I have a lot of sauce, so I normally I would just like throw the pasta, let the pasta finish cooking in the sauce, but I have a lot of sauce, so we're just gonna put it in here. Mix this around. I'm like really hungry because I didn't eat lunch today, so we're gonna go for it. It's raw milk, so manchego. It's not even Parmesan. Voila. Okay. So good.